This short video will show you how to set up your portfolio. Start by logging into your own Brightspace and then choose ePortfolio as indicated. Now you can click the Login button as indicated. From here, you need to access the dashboard for your course. Click your site and then choose Dashboard. You'll now see a list of options down the left side of things you can do to your site. But first, we have to add the first main page. We do that by first clicking Pages. And from the page that appears, we choose Add New. From here, we need to add the title and maybe some introductory text. With that done, let's publish it. But first, we click Page to make sure that the level is correct. Make sure that parent page is left blank, which means it will be top level and always visible. And it's now okay to click Publish. After a few seconds, the page will appear and be published. You can now view it by choosing one of the two options that are now indicated. Let's add the rest of the pages that make up your artifacts. So we'll click the icon indicated. Once again, we click Add New in the Pages section. This time, we go over to Page, and then we choose Parent Page, and from the list of drop-downs, add the page you just added. This makes sure that every other page gets added underneath that. As we walk through all the other pages, the order will go from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, and that's the order that they will be displayed on your screen. I've added the title and some blank text for now. Let's just see what this plus sign does here. It does allow you to do some other things that will be useful. First off, you see ordinary text formatting. The default is paragraph, which is basically unformatted text. But if you choose heading right next to it, you have a list of built-in headers, which saves you the work of adding them manually. It also ensures that your work is consistent. You'll see some other things as well, for example, block quotes. Now let's scroll down a little further to see some other things that you'll also find useful. Notice here there are a variety of ways in which you can add images to your site. Besides the obvious, images are also very useful in adding things that you might find difficult to add in other ways. Some forms and so on that you may have collected are actually difficult to put into a WordPress site, but you can take a screenshot and then add the document as a screenshot image. But there's more. A little further down, you can see that you can embed some things that you might find useful. For example, audio files from either SoundCloud or Spotify. Now let's publish that page and go back to create all the rest of them. So what I will do now is proceed to add all the other pages for your portfolio. To save time, I won't show the recording. Let's just jump right to the last one. Remember though, that each of these pages, you have to make sure that the page order is such that it is underneath the main page. And there's the last page. It's worth noting on this particular page here that because you may wish to have your instructor add some content to it, you may have to add your instructor as a user to your site. And all the pages are now added. Let's take a quick look. All I have to do is choose this option here indicated and then choose Visit Site. And there's the site. There's a home page which we have nothing on at the moment, And there's also the main page that you can see, Ed 4735. Watch what happens when I click on it. So when I hover or click on it, a drop-down appears with the list of all the other sites that I've already added. All you have to do to visit any of those pages, click on them. Let's try this one. You can see that there's an edit button. It's only visible to you. Anybody else will simply be able to view your content. We can go back to the dashboard by clicking up here. There are other ways to edit your pages. Once you are at the dashboard, all you have to do is click the pages as indicated. Then, with that indicated, hover over which one you wish to edit. You will see some quick options appear, as you can see by the red arrow. In our instance, clicking Edit will take you right to where you need to go. And when you're finished your edits, you can click the dashboard to return. Now let's ensure that your pages are visible to the people who need to see them. Go back to the dashboard and choose Settings. Then from the sub-menu, choose Page Security. Ensure that Protect the entire website is unchecked. Scroll down and click Save Your Changes. Now we need to add the people who actually need to see your site. From the dashboard, choose Users, then Add Group. We've given the group a name, as you can see, and a little description, and we will click the blue Add Group button. With that done, we can add members to the group by clicking Edit. From here, we simply add the username of any valid user. It's a good idea to add your instructor at this point. Let's also fix it so that when anyone visits your site, the main page is the one that they get. You do that by once again clicking Settings from the dashboard and then choosing Reading as indicated by the second arrow on the left. Now from the top arrow, notice that a static page is indicated, and finally from the drop-down, Ed 4375 Practicum is selected. And click Save and Continue. I mentioned earlier you may need to add your instructor so they can edit your site supervisors section. You do that once again from Users, from Dashboard, click Add New, and then add the email address of your instructor and click Add Existing User. Make sure that you've set their usage to editor so that they can in fact edit the page. Finally, if you wish to share your site with anyone, click up top where you see the name of the site and then click Visit Site. It will then open in your web browser. You can copy the URL and then distribute it any way you wish.